Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Mac. This is the Game of Love, and in this channel I talk about emotional intelligence. I talk about nervous system regulation. I talk about meditation and how we can use meditation to change our habitual programs and how we can lead a life of love and passion and purpose. So today what I want to talk about is a belief, and it is a belief that you have to have that are really going to make all of this work possible. And by all of this work possible, I just mean we live a very habitual life. We have programs, and most of our programming is stress related, right? And if you don't believe me on that, I would love to know what percentage of your day do you spend activated or triggered to any degree. What percentage of your day are you annoyed? What percentage of your day are you anxious? What percentage of your day are you irritated, impatient, anything? It doesn't have to be huge, but also throw in the huge ones. Like any of the negative emotions. And what percentage of your day are you in love with life? What percentage of your day are you creating for the love of creation? So, this belief, radical responsibility, I say radical because sometimes it really is radical. And that's because this work that I'm talking about and this work that I suggest that we all do is work that not many people are doing, or at least I haven't met all of these people out here that are doing this work. Anyways, all radical responsibility means is that in our day-to-day lives, are we the ones choosing the way that we feel and allowing life to catch up to that? Or is it the reverse? Are we allowing our external circumstances and the events that happen to us in our lives choose the way that we feel for us? Do we need to control everything? Do we need to manipulate everything in our lives in order to make us feel good, right? Do we need to have the right relationship, the right job, the right car? Do we need to have the right amount of money in our bank account? Do we need to be eating the right foods? Do we need to have the right substances and video games? Like, do we have to curate our life in a way so that we feel okay? Or do we choose, take radical responsibility for the way that we are relating to everything around us and allow life to match us there? Not many people are doing this. If you are doing this, let me know in the comments down below. I want to create a community. I want to talk about this kind of stuff with other people. Some of the beliefs I have may challenge you, and I want to know about it. I want your feedback so that I can continue to do this, continue to get better. Making these YouTube videos is not something that is comes naturally to me. It is a skill that I'm trying to learn, and I'm applying everything that I'm talking about to this and to everything else in my life. I want you to also know that anything that I talk about on this channel, yes, I've read tons of books and watched hundreds of hours of lectures and podcasts, and I've done the work to change myself. I want to point out that everything that I talk about, I'm only talking about the things that I know work, the things that have worked for me, and the things that I know should work for everyone else. So back to radical responsibility. The way that I see it is every time that we get triggered, we get to exercise this belief, right? Every single time we get triggered, no matter how big, no matter how small, something in life happens to us that would usually send us on a reactionatory spiral, right? It's our pattern. Something happens to us and our pattern kicks in. We're not thinking logically anymore. We're set into our addiction to complaining. We are set into our addiction to arguing, our addiction to fear, to beating ourselves up, to not liking the way that we look, to the whatever it is, right? These things happen to us, and we allow what is happening to us in our external world to choose the way that we feel on the inside. When you take radical responsibility, in those moments where you're triggered, you are declaring that you will take a step back. You're going to regulate your nervous system, calm yourself down, find peace, and then choose the way that you want to feel and respond to that experience in that manner. And I've talked about meditation before. I'm going to talk about it again and again and again. Meditation is the place where you practice doing this, because it is hard. This work is hard. It's hard to have something happen to you, and it is a visceral pull, to react and to re-loop, and whatever cycle it is that you're re-looping. So in order to get to a place where you can insert a pause so that you may regulate yourself and then respond differently, it's hard. But meditation is going to teach us many, many things. One of the biggest things it's going to teach us is going to teach us awareness. So we are going to become more aware of the way that we think and the way that we feel moment to moment to moment. You don't have to silence your thoughts when you meditate. You just need to watch. You need to understand that behind everything that's happening in your world, including your thoughts, there's a witness, and everything else is an object. There is a witness and everything else is an object. Another thing you get to do in meditation, it's a great place for you to practice who you want to become. And so when you do get caught up in those reactive patterns and those habitual moments, you can pause, regulate your nervous system, and calm down, find neutrality, find peace, unmerge, find the seat of self, whatever you need to do, become that awareness, sit in that awareness, and then bring up the elevated emotions that are associated with the person you know yourself to be, with the person that you want to become. That's how you change who you are in real time. And that is the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters is the energy that you bring into the world and the way that you feel about yourself and you feel about life, right? Because the way that you relate to anything is the way that it creates your feeling tone, and your feeling tone is the thing that everybody wants to fit. We all want happiness. I'm saying that there is a science to training yourself to be a happy person. I also want to point out that the things that happen to us, our traumas, our wounds, when people actually do things that hurt us, it's not okay that happened. But what I'm trying to express when I'm talking about radical responsibility is, how long do we allow those things to dictate the way that we think and feel, and to dictate our actions, and to keep us spiraling in those loops? And when is it enough? And when do we decide that, like, yes, that happened. Yes, I can't control everything that happens to me in my life. But from this day forward, I'm going to say I get to choose. And I'm going to set my emotional thermostat myself, because no one can regulate your nervous system for you. No one can open your heart for you. People can talk about it, can hold your hand, can support you. That's what I'm doing, because I did it for myself. And there isn't anything better to do, right? Everything else from here until the day that I die it's the story. It gets to be fun. It gets to be what it is. But every single moment, there's one thing that's happening. There is me choosing how I relate to my life. And I'm going to choose love every single time. And I hope that if you learned anything from me, that's it. You get to open your heart. It's your choice. You get to teach yourself how to do that. That's what radical responsibility is. No matter how sideways life hits you, no matter how ugly things get. This game of love is played from the inside out. And radical responsibility is the first step to taking your power back. Again, you have the keys to your own happiness. I want you to ask yourself as often as you can, am I reacting or am I choosing? Because what you're not changing, you're choosing. That's radical responsibility. I hope that this helped. If any of this resonated with you, if you have any questions, if you have comments, if you want to talk, you want to open up a dialogue, you can email me at thisgameoflove@gmail.com. Shoot me a comment. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.